Okay. Welcome to the August 6th, 2025 City Council meeting. I hereby call the meeting to order. Members of the public may attend the City Council meeting in person or may watch or listen remotely by viewing the meeting on Channel 8 WCTV and at the city's website, wayzata.org/WCTV. Public comment during the public forum and/or public hearing portions of the meetings may be provided in person at the meeting in advance or by logging into the Teams call and raising your hand during the public hearing. When your name is called in the meeting, you will be seen and heard in our council chambers and the cable channel. You will be asked to unmute and turn your camera on and begin your comment. All public comments must include your full name and address. Next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. I would ask you to stand if you are able for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next item is roll call. Let the record reflect that the entire council is present. I also will note that the council participated in a workshop earlier this evening and discussed the following items: discussion of short-term rental ordinance, discussion of Claperick Park construction mitigation or changes, and as always, a discussion of future council topics for workshop. That's now in the record. Next item is to approve the agenda. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as is, or would anyone like to make changes?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that moves ahead. Next item is on the public forum. We do have one card tonight. Just as a reminder, when your name is called, and you're interested in speaking, come to the dais, state your name and address, indicate if you're representing a group, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. I do have a public forum request from Mark Sherry. If you could address us, please, at the dais. And just maybe make sure the mic's on. He's probably going to check with you just real quick. It's not on.
Got it. Thank you.
Name and address in 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, City Council. My name is Mark Sherry. My address is 1053 Lake Street East in Wayzata. I attended the workshop earlier, and I just wanted to make a couple of comments. I didn't know what to expect. And while I've been to a few city meetings, I don't make that a routine.
You're not alone.
What I tell you is I very much appreciated the conversation. And, you know, this STR is an emotional topic, and you're either very, very much on one side or another, depending on where you're living. And for full disclosure, I live right next door to a STR. I live right next door to a fourplex that is a rental apartment. And I live right next door to a long-term rental as well. And I just think the conversation that took place, how you went about it, and Mayor, I have to give you credit because you clearly were illustrating where your position was, yet you let the conversation take place. I know this is a topic that you're all thinking about for the residents of the city really, really seriously. And I wanted to say, I also think it's a very serious topic. And I also think that it is a big part of who Wayzata is. We're residents for 10 years now. We love this city. We love it more now than we did 10 years ago because of everything the city council has done. And so more than anything, all I wanted to do was say thank you for the process.
Thank you, Mr. Sherry, for your comments. Okay, any other cards come in either on Teams or here? Okay. New agenda items. So does anyone have new agenda items at the council level that they'd like to bring up or add? I'm sorry, did you?
Mr. Mayor, could you explain the process of how to be heard at this public forum?
Oh,
I think
sure.
there might be
Yeah,
someone in
so
the
just
audience
so people are clear, if it's not on the agenda listed, it's a white card. If it is on the agenda, you fill out a blue card, hand it to staff, and then we'll match that to the item and then allow you public commentary on said item. Does that clarify it?
I believe so. Thanks.
Okay. So we'll make sure that you're heard, no matter, no matter where it came in the process. We'll make sure that you're heard. okay, take your time. We got nothing but time. It's okay, you're welcome, and, you know, we're glad you're here. Okay, so John and Chris Sable, 663 Bushaway, and this, I don't know that I read it. What does it say? Public safety. Please address the dais, and you have your 2 minutes because it's not on the public safety. Sabis, yeah, go ahead. Thank you, welcome, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Name and address.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and City Council. John and Christine Sabis at 663 Bushaway Road. We're here tonight just to make the council aware of our continued concerns of public safety along Bushaway Road and Highway 101, as well as Eastman Lane. The speeding just seems to be completely out of control, and we just do not see any visible enforcement in this area, and we really believe that just an upgraded visibility by the police department would be a welcome addition to our neighborhood. In addition, I'm always reminded when I enter Wayzata that we have a public ordinance against noise, and it's strictly enforced, apparently, because that's what the sign says. I would be really interested to know how many citations we've issued the city enforcing the noise ordinance. We notice so many loud racing cars coming right by our house, and I'm just curious to know if it is in fact being enforced. I think it goes in line with the discussion around the Lamborghini dealership, and it's just simply not the vibe we're looking for here. So in terms of the residents here, you know, trying to clamp down on the racing and the loud noise and exhaust that these cars and motorcycles have would be, I think, a very welcome change or visibility in terms of enforcement. I think all of the residents would welcome that. So that's my point.
Yeah, thank you for your input, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
I just will note that our police chief is present, and so she's acknowledging your testimony about this issue. I would also ask our city manager or police chief to comment on the new ordinances we put in place as of May 1st to try to address the noise issue. You're not alone in expressing your concerns about it, nor are you alone in expressing concerns about speeding. So if you could just articulate for the public the new ordinances that we put on the books to address specifically noise from cars and motorcycles. Or Chief Baker, whoever is the right person.
Either one. I can start, and if I mess it up, then Chief Baker can jump in, Mr. Mayor and Council and Mr. Savas. We have enacted some new ordinances, particularly related to exhibition driving. We understand that that comes with a number of things, whether it be noise or speed. I will comment that we have areas of town, particularly our downtown, where we've been pushing a little bit harder to make sure that those items are enforced. It doesn't mean that we're giving up on other areas of town, so we appreciate the comments that you're bringing forward. We can look at those. But those new ordinances went into place in May, and we've been pushing hard to make an example of those that we do catch when we catch them. It is a challenge. A lot of times we'll get a complaint, and by the time we get there, they're gone. But that's why we've been doing some additional enforcement, particularly along Lake Street, and your comments are noted, and we'll make a point to try to address some along Bushway Road and Eastman.
Yeah, and just to quantify this for you a little bit, the specific net change is if you have a second offense, it's a $1,300 fine and a mandatory court appearance. So we did put some teeth into this ordinance, and I know Chief Baker, having ridden around with her last night, all around Nights in the Unite, this question was asked, and in some parts of town, people are noticing a change from the tickets we are writing. We've got work to do, and it takes a while for those repeat offenders to understand that, you know, we're pretty serious about it, and if you do it, and you do it twice, it's not going to be pleasant for you in terms of financially and a mandatory appearance in front of a judge. So not to say that it addresses your concerns, but we've taken steps.
That's great. Thank you
Yeah,
that.
thanks for your
Appreciate it.
comments. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back. We just finished 5 again. I'm gonna go to 6. Back to council. Does anyone have any new agenda items that they'd like to discuss in the future on this agenda item for the future? Okay, hearing none. Oh,
Real
please,
quick,
sorry.
Mayor, I know in previous noisy, busy summers, the police chief has come up and given us an update on where they're at in terms of public safety. I would respectfully request another one of those so that when we're asked, we're more specifically outside of City Hall, we can provide better and more up-to-date data and take that feedback,
I think that's an excellent.
bring that back to the police, so.
That's an excellent suggestion. Anyone have, just one second, anyone have any objections to the suggestion? Then I'll let you comment, Mike. Okay, Mr. City Manager.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I'll let you know that we are planning on having that public safety update at our next council meeting on August 19th.
Well, there you go. Look at that. You're clairvoyant. Brilliant. Wow.
Now that's service.
All right, thank
right,
you,
thank
Ms.
you.
McDonald. Moving on to the consent agenda. On the consent agenda tonight is approval of the City Council special workshop meetings of July 8th, 2025, and City Council workshop and regular meeting minutes of July 15th, 2025, approval of the check register, approval of municipal licenses, approval of the change order for City Hall window replacement project shades, adoption of 2025, accepting a donation from the Wayzata Lions Club, and an adoption of Resolution 28, 2025, extending PUD general plan and PUD COP for Westway condominiums at 201 Lake Street East. That's a lot. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented, or does someone want to pull any of the items? Mr. Plekish?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Next item is public hearing. We don't have any items on the public hearing tonight. And believe it or not, we don't have any items on the new business. So we will move on to the city manager's report. Before we do that, I have just 3 general comments before I turn it over to you. I and maybe others on the council have seen an uptick in complaints, probably to police and directly to council members, about disruption from construction activities on homes. And it went from a trickle to a crescendo, and obviously there's 2 seasons of Minnesota, winter and construction, but there are some areas of town where there's a lot of density of stuff happening, where the contractors, the builders, the remodelers are being incredibly disrespectful to the people that live next to there, blocking them in, blocking them out. And I've personally had to mitigate even a fist fight. So just ask that we, put more attention to that and use the tools that we have to help builders and their contractors be good neighbors in a place that they're our guest to build in our town, and stop this nonsense. So with that, my next item is, I just wanted to acknowledge, because he wasn't here last time, we did announce Jeff Parkhill's departure at our last meeting, only because of regular cadence and notice and such. But I wanted to give Jeff, in his own words, on the record, a chance to just say something, because we kind of jumped you before, and you knew it was happening. But I want to give you the mic just to, in your own words, indicate where you're at and your status as we look to accept your resignation and move forward.
So we have been, my wife has been commuting to a job on the West Coast since last August. And our daughter was finishing high school here, and she's going off to college. So now it's time for us to move there. And so that's what we're doing. We we chose not to sell our home because we plan to spend, probably end up being snowbirds between here and the West Coast. So be here in the summer going forward. We just couldn't see leaving Wayzata permanently. It just wasn't something, we've never been happier here than anywhere else, and we've lived in several other places. So anyway, that's where we're at. I did not want to or intend to leave council early, but it's kind of the way these things worked out. So it is what it is. This will be almost 8 years of service, planning for 5 and council for 3. I was going to keep going, you know, if I continued to get elected, or I'd just go back to planning, whatever. It was great. I just loved it the whole time. So seeing, like we did tonight at the workshop, it was like putting on planning, it was 7, and council, it was 5. And I'd come in with not really sure what I wanted to do, what the decisions should be, and what's the right decision. And you put 5 or 7 people in the room and usually came up with a really good decision and fair and just. And the other thing that I'd comment on is that the decorum here in Wayzata is so pleasant. I mean, people are respectful and kind and supportive, and the staff is so great. You guys set us up so well for all these things that we have to make decisions on. And so it's just been a great experience all the way around. And I'll have more to say at my last meeting.
Yeah, no, for
but
sure.
That's the gist of it.
No, that's just fine. Thank you for those comments, and thank you for your service. And we are planning an acknowledgement of Jeff in September between Mike and myself and Jeff, and we'll work out that date and forum and make sure the public is all invited to celebrate your service to our community, Mr. Parkhill.
Thank you.
So thank you for that. The last thing is just because we often get questions about this, we are about to launch our city manager search. You know, internal candidates and external candidates will be considered. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. City Manager for your report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Good segue for me, as I just wanted to give you a quick update on the city manager recruitment itself. Earlier this week, I sent out an RFP to several recruitment firms to get proposals from them for the services that you suggested as we move forward with this process. Those proposals are due August 25th. We'll review those and hopefully have some decision points in September. Any questions on that before I move on?
Council, questions of interim city manager?
Okay, I appreciate that. I do want to acknowledge 2 kind of community events. First of all, we held our first Sunday Music in the Park this last weekend. It sounded like it was extremely well attended. Nick Keyser mentioned that we probably had around 200 people that attended. So with that, I want to say that there are still 3 more Sundays in August, and we intend to have Sunday Music in the Park, weather permitting, on the Great Lawn at the Promenade property. And then lastly, I want to acknowledge our fire department and police department, our staff members, our elected officials that all participated in Night to Unite last night. I also want to thank the block party hosts that invited us all to their neighborhoods. I think there was good conversation. It's been a long time since I've been on those tours, and it was extremely gratifying to hear directly from the public. And I think we all had a pretty good time. I know there were a few snafus with some scheduling, and unfortunately, some parties ended up being smaller than we thought they might, but we made it all work. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of those that participated, residents, staff, elected officials alike. And that's all I have for you, Mr.
Any questions of the city manager, interim city manager? Okay, do we have any comments or any inbound from anyone on Teams?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, so I would accept a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned.